five brothers. Once upon a time, there were five brothers. They all looked alright. They lived with their mother. They lived in a little house by the sea. Their father was a sorcerer, and the five brothers came to have very special abilities too. The first brother could drink up the whole sea. He could all see in his mouth. One morning, the king wanted to go swimming. To his surprise, there was no water. The king says, "What happened to the water? Who took the water away? Go and find him." So the guards looked him. The first brother saw the guards coming. He quickly put the water back in his place. His brother hurried home with the fish. The king saw the first brother. The king says, "How can you take all of the sea?" The king was angry. He was very angry. He tore his guard, covered the man's eyes, take him deep into the forest, leave him there by himself. Just then, the first brother says, "Sir, my mother is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her." The king says, "It's only fair." So the first brother went home. He asked the second brother to go back in his place. The second brother went back to the king. The guards covered the second brother's eyes. They leave him deep into the forest. They left him in the forest by himself, but the second brother could see through back of his head. He also very good with direction. He knew where he was. He also how to get back. The king, the guards saw him walking home. They were surprised and took him to the king. The king says, "How clever you are." He was not pleased. He told his guard, lock him inside the box, carry him by the carriage to another kingdom. Surely he cannot get away now. The second brother says, "Sir, my mother is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her." The king says, "It's only fair go now." So the second brother went home. He asked the third brother to go back in his place. The third brother went back to the king. The king's guard locked him in a box and put the box on a carriage. But the third brother could through any crack. He crept out of the box and took the guards looked him to. So the king's guard took him to the king. The king says, "How clever you are." The king was not pleased. The king says, "Take him out of the sea, tie a stone around his waist, drop him in the deepest part of the sea." The third brother says, "Sir, my mother is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her." The king says, "It's only fair go now." So the first brother went home. He asked the first brother to go back in his place. The first brother went home. The guards tied a stone around his waist. The king's guard dropped him in the deepest part of the sea. But the first brother could stretch and stretch his leg. The first brother did nothing. He did just then until his feet touched down the bottom of the sea. The girls took him to the king. The king says, "How clever you are." The king was not pleased. The first brother take him to the dungeon. The first brother says, "Sir, my mother is on fire. Said, please let me go home and say goodbye to her." The king says, "It's only fair go now." So the first brother went home. He asked the fifth brother to go back in his place. The king's guard take fifth brother to deep and cold dungeon. But the fifth brother could spinning up through the floor. He flew up and up and up through the roof. The king soon the fifth brother through the roof. The end.